Blood Moon's good. Blood Moon's very good.
Blood Moon's good, but it doesn't do a lot else beyond that.
Okay. I agree. I think Titanshift is the much better deck, but we'll see.
Anything's possible, right?
Anything is possible.
In America, anything is possible. You can become president.
Jesus, can you ever? Kyle has at least one Skred in hand, and that is not going to do him much good here.
No, that card is useless. Lucas is dead in hand.
Listen, I'm just going to ignore the spider
I don't know what
monkey
that
tonight
means.
because it's going to just get me all riled up.
Yeah, you're close enough to riled up that we don't need any. Koth would be a big one here. Koth, where your opponent is Hazoret.
Hazoret, not as big. He's got a lot of cards in hand still, but it's coming.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting choice in this Skred deck. So the Skred has a lot of, like, very specific cards.
Yeah. Man,
and while Hazoret...
Lucas kept a stinker.
Yeah, it's not the best hand I've ever seen.
Why didn't he play this?
Explorer. 2 Explorers. So...
Good evening, Big Bear.
He's a big bear. Who's a big bear? So while this Skred deck probably has like some dead cards versus every deck,
yeah,
I don't love Hazoret. Hazoret shines in a deck where you've curved out and that's your last spell.
Right.
You don't ever want to be like having to activate it twice to start attacking with it.
Right. If you activate it once, you're in pretty bad shape.
It's not the worst, but also in Modern, its indestructibility is quite mitigated by Path to Exile.
Yeah. Definitely agree with you there. And Dispatch.
Sure. I like that reach. Dispatch is a...
Spell Queller.
Yeah.
Just quell it.
Yeah, you can quell the hell out of a Hazoret.
Can mana leak it. Lots... Point is, there's a lot more answers in Modern than there are in Standard.
Right. I don't know if anybody's gotten their Hazoret dispelled in Standard, but it's a bad feeling. I imagine getting it mana leaked is even worse.
You mean negated?
Oh God, getting it negated is the worst. I never
well, dispel's just instant.
Or disallowed.
Disallowed. Yeah. Yeah, that feels bad.
Or that's the one that counters activated abilities, right?
Yeah.
Good. The best. It's the best cancel.
The best cancel. It's a solid one. I like it a lot. I don't know if I would say it's the best cancel.
All right, here's a Hazoret activation on this Skred.
Ooh, I'm gonna take 2.
Lucas, you're gonna go down to 18. 17 rather, because you had the fetch land in there. Rocking and rolling. Get a card out of the bin. Untap and let's see what's happening. What's next, Kyle? Gallagher. Didn't bring my poncho to the Gallagher show tonight.
Better not sit in the front row. We're pitching Stormbreath Dragons to Hazorets now. Come on. And then Bolt you. There's no way that last card's better than a Stormbreath Dragon.
Cards better than a Stormbreath Dragon right now. Let's see. Blood Moon would have made it into play.
Lucas down to 7. A precarious life total.
Yeah, that's not a very high life total. I guess it'd be an additional lightning bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you can just like empty your hand next turn no matter what you draw.
Oh sure.
Whereas if it's Stormbreath Dragon, that card, the additional card gets stuck.
So I think. So he explores. I didn't see what he drew.
So he could play 2.
Oh, he drew a forest. Thank goodness.
He could play 2 green sources here, right? And Scape Shift for the win.
I don't think he has Scape Shift.
5, 6, 7.
I think he has Summoner's Pact. But yeah, if he plays 2 green sources.
Spotter Monkey, you're wrong.
So he's thinking hard here.
So I think he gets to play 2 green sources, take 1 more hit from Hazoret, and then the activate ads. This is not the best. Alright, well, Hazoret Modern looks like it's going to sweep this game up.
So we're Summoners Pacting.
So here's a quick ultra tight play tip. I learned this one with Courser of Crufix, or what was the one that lets you play 2 lands of
Oracle of Moldiah?
Oracle of Moldiah, when that one was in standard. This deck was also a standard deck at the time.
Correct.
And so when you're playing additional lands, you want to announce that you're playing your additional land first, so that you don't like play a land and then like later in the turn sequence they destroy your Oracle of Moldiah, and then you miss that additional land drop. Because you can never take away somebody's land drop for the turn, but if they destroy a permanent that's giving you an additional land play, you can destroy that permanent, obviously, before they get a chance to play the additional land. So always make sure... I mean, I just carry that over into any card that lets me play an additional land. Explore, in this case, obviously can't be, countered.
Right.
Once it's resolved, you have that effect, but I just always do that as a matter of habit.
Matter of habit. So Lucas, it seems, not familiar with Hazoret. He just tried to kill it, and that doesn't usually go well when you're killing it with red spells.
No, so it has a keyword, indestructible. Now, because it's a mythic, they did not put any reminder text behind the word indestructible.
True.
But if you call any judge, we have a great judge here at the store.
I think you just didn't read it.
If there's any, I'm just saying,
I think there was no reading involved.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Magic cards have text.
Yeah, there's a lot of magic cards.
Yeah,
and not a lot of impetus for me to read them.
I mean, even with my special eyes, I still read foreign magic cards that are not, known to me. I'll read them. Going to be doing a lot of reading of magic cards this Friday when we open our unstable boxes.
Yeah, box.
Box, yeah. That's about all of that product I think I'm going to buy.
I'm going to buy a ton of it, but...
Oh, are you?
Not sealed product.
What are you doing with... Are you getting these lands?
Oh, yeah, man. The lands are awesome. They're the best lands ever printed in Magic the Gathering.
Whoa! I guess we're going to disagree on something tonight.
I think we're going to disagree on a lot of things tonight.
Imagine that. You and I disagreeing on something. The Spotter Monkey agrees with me, just so everybody out in the world knows.
Yeah, just so you know how wrong you are.
This is true. That's
you
like...
and the Spotter Monkey can ride your wrong train all the way to Wrongville.
All the way to Wrongtown. Do you like it without the borders? Is it the no border, or do you think just the art itself? If they put a border on it, I would be so into these lands.
So the art itself is very good on 4 out of the 5 of them.
What's the worst one?
Guess.
Plains?
Yeah.
Plains is a really hard land to draw.
Yeah. You would think that like somebody somewhere along the line could figure out how to draw a damn Plains.
I always liked like the rolling planes. Like the lower one planes are really nice.
Yeah, well, not everybody's a fan of Limp Bizkit, so you can't all keep rolling.
Oh boy, is Red Dirt still alive?
Yes.
What's he doing?
Alive and kicking.
What's he doing?
VH1 celebrity shows for a while, and then
he was on that show where he feuded with Ron Jeremy.
Yeah.
Which was a nice little VH1 feud. And then what else? Anything else? Nope. All right.
Not that I know of.
Guy made the Cardinals hat more popular than the Cardinals can. Oh, that's funny.
Matthew Manier has posted his favorite Plains art for us, and happy to say that I am Still 100% not sure whether he is serious or not.
I can't ever tell if the kid's never taken an art appreciation class for sure.
Yeah, it's just sloppy.
It's very Grand Canyon-esque. Throw it up there, Matt.
There's some undescribable gas like seeping out of the planes. I don't know if anybody knows what a planes is, but that's not it.
What are you doing? There you go. So there's like, it's like a gas. There's a crevasse.
It's the fart planes.
It's
just a butt crack farting.
It's a man's.
I'm not gonna say if it's man's or woman's, but it's a butt crack farting.
It's a bad butt crack with just a releasing of steamy gas.
Yeah.
It reminds me more of like a mountain.
It does look. I mean, obviously, it's not a mountain. It's flat. Okay, here we go. Right, we get a mountain forest from Lucas to start. Much better start this time. Let's see if he can cast any spells before turn 6.
Here's a montaña. See, now that's a good mountain.
It is.
It's got a nice tall peak. I love the unglued lands.
And this is, by the way, a prismatic omen. Since fallen way out of favor, but it's a cool addition.
I mean, do you remember? This is going way back. The what's the name of that card? It's Warpath or War something. It lets you search your library. There's like
Wargate.
Wargate. There's like a prismatic omen Wargate Valakut deck from like old extended or some such nonsense. And
sure.
This deck was a heater.
Heaterino.
It was like a control deck where you had this tutor card that let you like put any kind of controlling permanent onto the board, but you also sometimes just cast it for 3 to get a Valakut to like kill your opponent.
Sure. Kyle has added a Dragon Claw to his deck. I can't say I am in agreement with that.
So unless Lucas is going to use this mana next turn, I would have taken the 1 and used the Skred Tri-Belter to block the...
He missed his 3rd land drop.
Oh, did he miss his 3rd land drop? Okay.
Not where you want to be. You don't want to miss any land drops as a Titanshift.
Right.
You've been challenged in chat, by the way. If those are not the best, then what is the best?
The best... You want, like, one set that has released the best lands?
Yeah, man. Lay it on me.
There was a set of basics released during the time of Champions of Kamigawa as a promo that were very, very good. They were the Arena promo from 2005. I also like the Rebecca Gwide Judge ones.
Oh, get out
are
of here.
also super good.
Get out of here.
I'm a huge... Or no, those were Therese Nielsen. I'm sorry, did the Judge ones. Rebecca Gwide did the most current... They appear in Buy a Box and the Standard Showdown packs currently. Those aren't the best though. They're very good. I like those a lot, but they're not the best.
Concur that they're not the best. All right, so we got an Explorer.
I'm just saying if you're gonna pick 5 lands that happen together.
Yeah.
Do you think that these unstable ones are like the best set of 5?
I do.
Okay. All right. So
my
now
only beef with the unglued mountain is I don't like snowy mountains that aren't snow mountains. And that may be a little nitpicky, but if I did, the best snowy mountain that's not a snow mountain would be the Kamigawa Mountain. That thing is just gorgeous.
You could also take me back to Portal 1, and I could pick you five lands out of that I think are very, very like top notch, amongst the top 5. And
yeah, but then you have that ugly border.
Oh, I think the border's great.
Oh.
It's got that, like, old, like... It's got a 90s feel to it. Like, Magic cards now look very modern.
Yeah.
They're, like, you know, they're slick, and, like, the colors are all perfect, and you know what I mean? Portal just had a really super 90s feel to it.
Talk about modern looking. How about this guy?
Call for the Hammer. He's been in the gym. That guy's ripped.
I don't think he's been in the gym.
You think just, like, if you're a planeswalker, you're just naturally ripped?
No, I think if you're on Mirrodin, like, fighting to survive against the Phyrexians.
Probably burning some
Jesus,
calories.
Come on. No, don't do that to your lands.
Alright, he's got the clump. And...
did he even have 6? Who knows?
Yeah, that's... I mean, if you want to pet something of mine, that's a peeve you can pet right there. Where, like, people play with their lands all in one stack.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is why I think it's important to have beautiful lands, so that you want to spread them out. It encourages players to play with their lands properly.
So, question for chat here. I recently bought, like, 20 or so of my favorite non-full art basics with modern borders.
Right.
And I was able to pick one out for every basic land type except plains.
You just don't like plains in general.
I've played plains a lot.
But you don't like the arts.
I don't, because they all look either boring or not like plains.
Okay.
So I'm asking for suggestions. What's everybody's favorite plains that meet the criteria of modern border plus non-full art?
You know mine. I threw mine out there for you, and you hated that.
I hated it? I don't even remember what yours was. I probably just hated it out of principle.
The original Ravnica has one plains
that's
super
God,
duper good.
You savage. Yeah, I don't like the Ravnica lands at all. They're just like cityscapes, and that's not a plains to me. The old Skred bolt.
Yep. So we're gonna get. This guy's gonna go up to 9, and any land. So with this Prismatic Omen, fetch lands become very good because now he gets 2 triggers.
I mean, he only needs 1.
Oh, he has another
Valakut.
He has another Valakut hiding in the mess down there.
Mercadian Masks. I agree, Matt, that there is a very nice Mercadian Mask plains, but I need one with a modern border.
Yes, that is an old border. The Mercadian Mask plains with the plateau is sweet. There's the Razor plains from Mirrodin is pretty sick.
Yeah. I agree. I was one of the finalists before I decided, you know what, I don't like any of these enough to buy them, so I'm just not. Not post M15 border, post
legal and modern border.
Yeah, legal and modern. So what is that?
Eighth.
Yeah,
right.
8th edition and beyond. We'll post 8th. Or if there's an 8th edition one, I don't know.
Right.
All right, so we're going on to game 3 here. Kyle's sideboard's a little bit suspect. If he brought in these Rabble Masters, I'm 100% into that.
Yeah, that's a super great play.
If he brought in these Dragon Claws, 100% not into that. Matthew Muneer, if you post a Rebecca Guai art, I will come out there and beat you like your father should have.
Matt, is this the one? Did they use this art for the?
Yeah, that's the Standard Showdown ones.
What's that symbol? Oh, it's from, they put it in the Commander sets first and then the Standard Showdown packs. Right. Yeah, this match here is super interesting because it's kind of like they're passing by each other. They interact,
but they interact in like a very weird way. So Kyle is able to burn all of his removal spells to kill at prime time if necessary, but by then it's usually too late.
Right.
And Lucas has some removal that can deal with Kyle's creatures.
Uh-huh.
But if he has those cards, then he's, not doing too well because he wants to be ramping as quickly as possible.
Right.
So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, Lucas went from missing his third land drop to winning that game.
Yeah, you never want to miss your third lane drop, but this Skred deck just doesn't apply enough pressure.
Yeah.
Having the bolt for that Rabble Master was a big deal.
So my favorite Blood Moon deck in Modern is the deck they labeled it Sun and Moon. So it's the white red Blood Moon deck that ends with Nahiri.
Of course it is.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna play a Blood Moon deck, that's the preferable one.
My favorite Blood Moon deck is probably Teamer Moon that was featured in the Invitational this past weekend.
Oh yeah.
That deck was spicy.
Very cool.
I believe it was piloted by Gerard Fabiano.
That guy is a very celebrated deck builder.
He is a very celebrated deck builder. He is a prolific deck builder. A lot of his decks have gone on to become like archetypes.
Yes.
Very nice guy, unless he's not happy, and then he's not a nice guy. He's definitely prone to a little bit of salt.
He's a little quirky for me. I played him...
A little quirky?
I played him in the final round of an SCG back when...
the final round of an SCG?
It wasn't the finals. It was the last round of Swiss.
Last round of Swiss of an SCG. Okay.
And we're playing, and like the match was like the winner gets 100 and the loser gets 50.
Yeah.
And he was like, if we draw, we get 50 each. And then like he just didn't take the match seriously at all.
Yeah. Where
I would have much rather preferred to like not joke around and just like play a good match against a good opponent. You always want to play the best opponents. It's one of the reasons you go to big tournaments. Yeah. And he was like, let's just shuffle our sideboards in and then remove 15 random cards. And I'm like, can we just play the match? And he would just like kept goading me into these like bizarre situations.
Yeah, I think you were just like
too uptight for him.
You were on a different level. Like he was at the point where you are now, where it's like, all right, the difference between like this 50 and like splitting 75, just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And so he's just like, all right, well, this match doesn't matter. I'm just gonna have fun with it. After playing Magic for,
10 hours.
10 hours a day.
This is probably one of the better turn 1, turn 2s that Lucas can have.
This suspended... Oh, man. No third land when Kyle has Blood Moon in hand is rough. That is not where you want to be.
Yep. So he should get a Montagne here. I guess it doesn't matter if he gets mountain. He wants to get a forest, right? Because all his lands are going to become mountains.
Well, he doesn't know that. Oh, we can see all your cards, man.
Yeah, we know, dude. We know how bad this draw was for you.
Or how bad this keep was.
Well, I don't know what he had, but there we go. We're going to let him have it.
Not a third land.
Not going to win this game.
Maybe. He still has time.
Lucas does have some Valakuts in hand, which is a big deal. Yeah, so he can... So he'll get one Valakut trigger here. So Kyle can still top deck to play this Blood Moon and shut Lucas out of the game. I think if he does that, he'll win the game. But if not, I don't see where he's going to...
So even if he draws the third land and plays a Blood Moon, he is years away from being able to Skred a primetime down.
Yeah.
And so if Lucas just draws a primetime, it's still basically game.
Just go through it. Just see, I hate it when Scapeship players show you their Scapeshift and then explain it to you instead of doing
just do the damn
what
thing.
the card says.
All right, so all these 3-drops kept a 3-drop 2-lander hand.
Oh man, he
not
had,
great.
He
but
had Molten Ring as well. It's another interesting hedge against this Titanshift deck. So yeah, I mean, Kyle did not get to his hate before Lucas got to his combo.
That's the way it plays out, man.
Did not win a game.
Yeah, it's not a great matchup for Kyle, I'd imagine. He really leans on the Blood Moon, and whenever you're leaning on a single card, you're not happy. So that's round 1 in the books. We've got a win for Titanshift. I know you are all very excited about that. But that's all we can produce for you on this round. We're going to come back in about 20 minutes with a round 2. Try to find a sweet one. I know there's a request for Farrell and Robert Meadows, so I will ignore that and pick the best match instead.
All right. Look forward to it. We'll see you then.